September 3rd, 2020, Spanish Fork, Utah. Some of the Spanish fathers and the 10-year-old guide. There's Spanish Fork City Offices, Spanish Fork Library. Okay, so let's read the plaque on this thing, okay? From 1976. The expedition of 1776 to this valley by Spanish padres Francisco Anastasio Dominguez y Silvestre Vélez de Escalante. Also, the 10-year-old guide Joaquin and others accompanying them. They left Santa Fe July 29, 76 and arrived here September 23rd. Beholding the grand view, they exclaimed, "Glory to God in the highest." Beautiful. So that's why it's called Spanish Fork, because the Catholic Spanish fathers came through in 77-6. Fake news is trying to say bad things about Q. There's a lot of things about Q, but one of the main Qs, I think, is the guy on the front of my shirt, to tell you the truth. I have a high degree of confidence in that, and I've known that for about 3 years from a trusted source. So I think that's going to come out in the next few weeks. I've been wanting it to come out. A lot of us want it to come out. And then the fake news will be shown to be massively 100% fake, because people don't believe it, and they just believe what they watch on TV and stuff like that. But that's going to happen. Anyway, I gave a Book of Mormon to somebody I really cared about in San Francisco, and she threw it away. It was kind of rare, because it's hard to find them with pictures. So I went to a used bookstore, and I found a Book of Mormon with the pictures. And there is a painting by Arnold Freeberg of the first coming of Jesus Christ. And there's a peach. And so I bought this Book of Mormon with all the pictures in it for $1. And then I saw this 3 Degrees of Glory for $3. That's kind of a rare pamphlet. I have one copy, but I bought another one. And, John 14:2, in my house are many mansions. If it were not so, I would not have told you so. And then I bought a whole case of Utah peaches. I'm so stoked to start. I'm going to eat like 10 today and 10 tomorrow. I'm just going to eat them all up. So the Book of Mormon, I take it seriously. And I wish some of my subs was, but I'm sure I'll get flack for believing in this book. I have to admit, I didn't read it until I was forced to read it when I went to BYU. And then I've read it about 6 times since. But look at this. Somebody gave this away, and I gave one to all my classmates back east, including the dean. President Ezra Taft Benson has said that if we read the Book of Mormon prayerfully and regularly, the spirit of that great book will come into our homes, and there will be increased love, harmony, spirituality, and righteousness. Joseph Smith told us the Book of Mormon is the most correct of any book on earth, and the keystone of our religion, and a man would get nearer to God by abiding by its precepts than any other book. So here we have Catholicism and Mormonism. This is a Mormon town now. It's a Mormon state. But kind of the further you get from Salt Lake City, the more conservative it gets. If you're up in Salt Lake City, it's extremely liberal up there. Even BYU. I can't take it anymore. But I spent 2 years con el libro de Mormón, yendo por todos lados de Argentina, predicando el Evangelio de Jesucristo. Así que diría a mis amigos de YouTube, vale la pena leer un poquito. And probably the best part to read, I would suggest, would be 3 Nephi 17, right before Christ comes. It's a 3-hour earthquake. Total destruction. 3 days of darkness, and then Christ comes for his first coming. So if that was the first coming, think how the second coming is going to be. I'm just telling you because time is short. I was going to do Isaiah and Revelations, but I strongly admonish you to find a Book of Mormon with pictures and read about Christ is coming. Just think, Nephi and Mormon, Moroni, etched that into gold leaf. All that effort. Why wouldn't somebody pick it up? It's because Satan doesn't want them to read it. That's the bottom line. Or they're scared, or they're worried what their friends will think. Well, I don't give a flying you-know-what about what my friends think. Like I've said before, if I want to know about the 3 Degrees of Glory, I'm going to read it. If I want to read something, the Arco volume, I'm going to read it. If I want to read the bullshit, the stupid stuff that says that it'd be better if Adam never went out of the Garden of Eden like the Jehovah's Witnesses, the J-Jub say, I'll read it, which is pretty stupid, but I'll leave it at that. highly recommend getting a copy of the Book of Mormon before you can't. I just bought 10 more. Ciao. Thanks, Padres.